I'm Mulvaney Stanek was elected as a progressive in Ward 3.
So with all those Democrats elected, is that going to shift, cause a shift within the city?
Well, Russ Ellis was a Democrat who lost to Kurt Wright, and so that meant they dropped to 6, but then they picked up a Democrat in Ward 2, so they're back to 7. So I think when the Democrats remain at 7, there'll be 3 Republicans instead of 2. There'll be 2 independents instead, and there were 2, and there'll be 2 progressives instead of 2. So, you know, I think we're still kind of at loggerheads in terms of 7-7, so that the Democrats just can't dominate. But it's it's an even more complex mix. And pretty much, since I've been mayor, because there's never been a progressive majority, I've always pursued issues based on their merits. I haven't relied on any one faction to be able to dominate it. And mostly we move stuff through the council based on merits. And, I think there was I'm not even sure if I had to have a veto upheld. I mean, that's always the challenge, I think there was one case where that might have happened, and then because of another quirk of the night, because the meeting was stopped at 10:30, there wasn't approval to continue the meeting. The issue that I probably would have been involved in the veto process in was just stopped at that point, and so it never came up. But in any case, I've always been a progressive, even in the legislature when I was in the House. There was not a majority there. We always pursued the merits of items and brought up ideas that we tried to prevail with, and it was never based on pure power. So that won't change.
One question, Bob. Do you read the IRB results as in any way reflecting Burlington Telecom's situation? Do you think it was an attempt to rebuke the city's hand in Burlington Telecom?
Well, I don't know about Burlington Telecom. I mean, I think some people were trying to portray it as like a judgment on the administration. And I don't buy that. I think that there were people who have been opposed to IRB because I think they're losers. So there are a lot of reasons why people would say I don't like IRB. So you can portray it a lot of different ways. I mean, I really felt in the last mayoral campaign, people were attacking, for example, my leadership process, because the merits of what we had done were so solid. And so it came down more to almost like attacking people because actually the process is not. Yeah. I mean, the fact is we have a Burlington Telecom, everybody concedes it's a good technological asset for the city. And what we're struggling with is the finances. So there's a lot of reasons why that's the case, and I think we can try to work our way through that. But I hope that the city council, administration, and all the parties that participate in that will work to find a good solution. But that has something to do with the world around us as well as the administration in Burlington. So some people kind of ignore the economic decline that happened. The Great Recession is real. I think we're coming out of it, but it did have some effect on Burlington for sure.
Do you think the city council races are a referendum on your administration and the Progressive Party?
I don't. There are 2 elections in Ward 2 that were decided by like 10 and 12 votes.
Yeah.
That's too close to say that was a referendum. I have Dean Corrin, who was a state representative, progressive state representative. His first race for state rep, he lost by 7 votes. And talking with Dean, he said, Bob, I had 7 friends who didn't vote.
There were 5-6 write-ins in Levitt's race.
Yeah.
You only lost by 10 votes. I mean, the write-ins were almost the difference.
Yeah. So it's really, when you have a 10-vote split like that, 5 people change their mind and the election's a different election, so it's very close, So is that a referendum? I don't think so. But
Thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it.